Hello, I'm filming inside today with an awkward thing on my chin and occasional glare on my glasses, but I'm filming. Our topic this week is about our history with Harry Potter, and sorry that I'm talking this quietly. My parents are upstairs and I don't know. I mean, Harry Potter has always been like around me because my sister started reading it pretty soon after it came out, and obviously I was born in 1998, so by that point she had already started reading it. So it had kind of always been at my house, but I didn't really read it until like something like first grade. I started reading the first book, and I read it, and I thought it was really cool, and I got through that just fine. And I started reading the second book, and then for some reason, I just got really scared. There was a chapter heading, I think it was on like chapter 2 or 3, of Dobby's eyes just looking out of a bush. And this scared me to no end for some reason. I just stopped reading. But then I started reading again, like leading up to when I heard that Deathly Hallows was coming out, and I was really excited. I went to the premiere of the book at midnight at my local Borders, but I had wanted to make sure that I had read all the previous books before then. So up to that point, I made sure that I read all of the books, and then when Deathly Hallows came out after midnight, I was the first in my family to end up reading it. That was when I started, like, I liked the books then. I really liked them. I mean, I really liked reading. So I really liked the books, but I didn't really know anything about fandom. Like, grade, I know that between like the summer of 4th and 5th grade, or maybe between the summer of 5th and 6th grade, I unearthed some emails from that time when I would email my friend and just be like, oh, I can't wait to see you so we can talk about important things like Harry Potter, stuff like that. So I did like them a lot, but I know that in 6th grade, I was visiting the website of my library, and yeah, I'm calculating, that should be like around 2008, and this was like after, if anyone remembers how Half-Blood Prince, it was moved back. At first it had been scheduled for November, but then they moved it to like July, I believe. See, when it was November, I had no idea that Harry Potter was supposed to have been coming out that day. I was at a birthday party, and one of my friends was talking about it, and I was like, oh, I forgot that was going to happen, but then they moved it. I was not in the fandom, but between then and when it actually came out, I got super like entrenched in the fandom. I went to the website of my library, and it had this thing for Pottercast. Like, that Pottercast was going to be at the library with the Remus Lupins and the Whomping Willows. And I had known about Wizard Rock at this point. Like, my sister had gone to Harry and the Potter's concert, but it had been, she went with her friends as kind of like a ha ha ha, this is so funny, they're singing about Harry Potter, this is great. So I knew that it existed. So, but like then when Pottercast and the Remus Lupins and Whomping Willows were announced on my library's page, I went in and I was like, okay, what is this? And I like joined the Leaky Cauldron, and I met a bunch of I made a lot of, those are probably my first like real internet friends, were people from my Leaky in the Ravenclaw common room, and I really liked Wizard Rock and all that stuff. And so by the time that Half-Blood Prince came out, the second time, like where it actually came out, I went to the movie theater at midnight dressed as Luna with pudding in my bag. Like, that was, by that point I was super entrenched. Like, I know that when Rockstock 2009 was happening, I was in 7th grade, and I was sitting in class writing this thing about like Wizard Rock plus Rockstock equals amazing. Wizard Rock plus Rockstock minus me not being there equals sadness. Because I was just so, like at that point I was like, Wizard Rock, wow! And I was super into fandom-y stuff. And then by Rockstock 2000, like before Rockstock 2010, that was my first big like event that I went to. I mean, I had been to a couple of concerts, and then Rockstock happened. I got to go to Rockstock because of an emotional breakdown in front of my family, in which I just go up to them and I'm like, oh my god, I'm too young to go to any of these. I'm too young to go to any of the big fandom things, and I really want to go, and I just broke down. I think I actually started crying. How about this is one of the only things that I could go to, but I would still be considered young and stuff. But I went, made a couple of like Wizard Rock friends, and that was the first time I met someone who I had met on the internet before in real life, and it was really fun. And from then on, like, my parents really liked the community and how the type of like people that were there, and so when I mentioned LEAKYCON to them later, they were like, and I didn't think I would be able to go, and they were just like, sure. So I went to LEAKYCON 2011, and it was amazing. Between 6th grade and right now I'm a freshman, I'm 9th grade, I'm finishing freshman year, that was when I started getting really into Harry Potter, and Harry Potter got me into Nerdpiteria, and I started living on the internet and Tumblr, and so I started watching Doctor Who, etc., etc., etc. All of the stuff that I mentioned in my intro, and I think that's it. I'll end with a clip of myself and my friends dancing on a hill. Yeah.
Twirl, everyone! Twirl for me! Twirl! Yeah! Wait, I can do this! Oh my god, I can do this thing!
You need to put down a bit.
I think I will.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna do this walk type thing. Yeah, you know, walking with my camera. People in the airport think I'm crazy.